Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another Real Madrid review. Valencia won, Real Madrid 2. A big win away at the Mestalla. You just want to get this game out of the way. It's one of those games every season, away at the Mestalla against Valencia. The fans, the crowd, the atmosphere is really, really tough, and certainly a ground that is not easy to get anything away, as have been proven multiple times, including today. And definitely a very, very good point to take away. All 3 points. We'll dive more into the game because it was a really chaotic game, especially in the last 10 to 15 minutes with all all that was going on. Real Madrid were losing, and then Real Madrid found a way as always. And obviously, a very, very good start to 2025. Real Madrid lead the table, but obviously, with a game in hand, or Atletico actually have a game in hand, sorry, that's what I meant to say. So if Atletico Madrid win their game in hand, they would go back top. But look, we talk about this. You know, it's very important to get the points. Having the points is more important than having the games. Now, I think that it's going to be really tough. I think it's going to be really tight because we are going to be playing Atletico in February. So that's what I remembered. So, you know, um, it's going to be huge, and you know, it could have easily been a draw today or a defeat. So, look, obviously now 5 points clear of Barcelona as well. So that sort of releases the pressure a little bit, and a very good start to the new year. Good win. Not a lot to complain about in terms of the result, but the performance is a different story. Now, look, first of all, let's talk about Valencia because if I'm not wrong, they actually had a new manager for this game because they have been playing really, really, really poorly. Um, they did indeed. They've been playing really, really poorly this season. They were, and they still are 19th. They're not doing particularly well, and for basically 80 minutes, they were playing very well. Obviously, they probably wouldn't have won it. If obviously Bellingham did score a penalty earlier on, which we'll get onto. But to be leading for 85 minutes, to have played really, really well, I thought, for 80 minutes, with a team that have clearly been struggling, 19 for a reason, they have did well. They did really well, I thought. And obviously they couldn't hang on in the last 10 minutes, but I think that they will stay up. I think that, look, they're 19th right now. They aren't really that far off, to be honest. They are only 4 points behind Getafe, who are 17th, and the team that are currently in the safety zone. Um, they are. I mean, they have the same amount of points as bottom of the league, Real Valladolid. So the bottom half, the bottom 5 to 6 teams, are certainly in the mix. I think from 14th place, Sevilla, upwards, they're pretty much safe. But Leganes, Alaves, Getafe, Espanyol, Valencia, and Real Valladolid are all still in that mix. So I do believe that it's gonna be really, really tight in the bottom, but I think they will find a way to stay up. and they will need to win almost all their home games against teams that are in their bottom half. I think their home crowd is gonna be a big factor in whether they stay up, because if they lose most of their home games from now to the end of the season, I think they go down. So yeah, but obviously they played well. They probably deserve to get something from the game. They didn't, but you know, I would say all the best, but I don't enjoy playing Valencia every season, especially away from home. So whatever happens, happens, I guess. But let's talk about the first goal. Valencia scored. It's a quick transitional attack. The ball goes out to Falque. That low cross in. I think it was Javi Guerra with the shot. Courtois, man. I mean, I love Thibaut Courtois, but that was really poor from him. He saves it with his hand, but he basically saves it onto Hugo Duro, who has an empty net. Yeah, he should be doing way better. He shouldn't be, saving it to Hugo Duro's direction, if you get what I'm saying. But, of course, it's the ex-Real Madrid player, Hugo Duro, who scores. But, second half, the first bit of drama, Mbappe gets fouled in the box. Was it a penalty? I think it's again one of those where it's a 50-50, but usually it gets given. It did get given. Bellingham does his cool little run, step up, and hits the post, right? I have no idea why Vini Jr. didn't take it. Okay, I think that Real Madrid's best penalty kick taker right now should be Vini 1, Bellingham 2, and Mbappe 3. I think that's the order. And look, Bellingham has got a couple of penalties. Obviously, I remember against Getafe, if I'm not wrong. And I'm more comfortable in Bellingham than Mbappe taking it because of the technique and the placement and the power and the position. But it wasn't a good penalty. It's unlucky, I get it. But I think Vinicius should have taken it. Misses it. Mbappe scores afterwards, but it's offside. And then, here comes the drama. Last 10-15 minutes. Right? I think it was an attack. A normal attack. And then Vini went down. Wanting a penalty. He gets up. Dimitrievski, the goalkeeper, said something to taunt him. And look, if you are Vinicius Jr. here, you just walk away and you ignore the keeper. You ignore the opponent player. You ignore the opposition. You walk away. But as we know with Vinicius Jr., he does get affected by such, comments and tauntings, right? So what he did is he went from behind Dimitrievski. He didn't really, grab him or push him. He just sort of touched him a little bit, like a light little, if you would call it a slap from the back. Now look, it's not right to commit that offense. But I don't think, and look, it's gonna sound very biased and delusional. I don't think you give a red card for that. It's a really minor contact. There is contact. He did go from behind him and slapped/touched him. But it's not he didn't strangle him. He didn't push him. He didn't pull him back. I'm not saying that it's a good conduct. I'm not saying that Vinicius should be doing that. And I do believe that Vinicius Jr. should be controlling his temper and emotions better. Especially when it is simple taunting and simple words. Just ignore the player. Ignore it. It's simple. Ignore it. But is it a red card? I don't think it's a red card. And I think that Real Madrid will appeal it. And whether it gets overturned, I don't know. There have been reports that he could be out for 4 games, if so. So, it's really, really, really stupid that he would get himself into that position. And if he does get a suspension, 4 games, you know, he's out against my wrong game. He's up against Las Palmas, Real Valladolid, Espanyol, and potentially the Madrid derby. That's the next 4 La Liga games right now. So he could be out against Atletico. Well, we'll see. But then, you know, afterwards, 10 men, you would think Real Madrid are basically done. And then Madrid somehow finds himself in a position in the attack and a really, really good finish, through on goal. And then later on, absolute scenes as Bellingham redeemed himself with the winning goal. Absolutely incredible. And Real Madrid get that win in stoppage time. No better feeling than that. And now are top. But let's see if it's gonna be for long, obviously. But look, very, very good results. The performance wasn't the best. And obviously 80 minutes of losing and then getting the red card. It wasn't great, but look, the win is all that matters. I would take a game where Real Madrid don't play well but win, then we play well and we lose or draw, because we're not clinical. You can play well, have the ball, create the chances, but if you don't have the clinicality to put the ball in the back of the net, you won't win. So it's important that Real Madrid were clinical today. But let me know what thoughts are down below. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the bell if you did. Subscribe to the channel if it's on already. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.